This petition has more than 1,000 signatures, and in accordance with the requirements of our petition scheme, the lead petitioner Darren Bamford has been invited to speak for up to 5 minutes. Can I remind members that the lead petitioner must be heard in silence? Is Darren Bamford in the chamber? Good afternoon, Mr Bamford. Would you like to present your petition? You have up to 5 minutes to speak, sir.
Sound all good? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Good afternoon, Lord Mayor, Cabinet and Council members. Thank you for giving me this chance to speak today. Today I stand before you not merely as Darren Bamford, but also as a voice of thousands who live, love and breathe the spirit of Patmore. I've spent the past 32 years of my adult life living in Patmore. Before that, I grew up in Chell. I attended Chell Infants, Chell Middle and Chell High School. This community didn't just give me a home, it helped to shape me. This is why I feel qualified to stand here today and defend Blackmore against this flawed plan. The so-called master plan is not a vision for Blackmore. It is a demolition order of our identity and our last remaining green space. Looking north, the west flank of the village has already gone to homes and development over the last 45 years. The east flank has the last remaining green space for escapism and village life and wildlife. The residents have risen up and object to this plan. 1,300 signatures on this petition, 1,600 signatures on another online petition, 315 community surveys completed, over 30 A4 pages and 18,000 comments left on that survey. You should all have had an email of the results of that survey. That's over 3,000 voices raised. That is in real engagement. That is the true voice of Patmore. Compare that to just over 400 City Council survey responses for both either paper format or digital format of 280. That's and only 330 attendees at the drop-in events. The assertion that 3,000 paper surveys were delivered through letterboxes may be inaccurate, and we challenge that. Furthermore, the figures presented don't add up. If 3,000 surveys were supposedly delivered and around 330 people attended the drop-in events, and with an estimated 90% completed the survey while they were there, that would equate to over 3,100 paper surveys in circulation. Yet only 150 were counted? Sounds like a half-truth. Yet these life-changing decisions, yet you base life-changing decisions on this tiny fraction. The truth is clear. Patmore residents are not fools. We see through this poorly executed and fudged survey. We will protect and fight for our village, our green space, our wildlife and our identity. The very foundations you're trying to erase with this plan. This is not progress. It is cultural vandalism driven by arbitrary targets from Westminster, and that's a fact. Let's look at the numbers. You talk about 1,200 homes. The Cabinet report says circa 800 to 1,000, but then mentions in the next sentence a maximum of 1,200. The local plan now says 800. I ask, which is it? At 1,200 homes, you would bring an additional 2,800 new residents to Patmore. Patmore's current population is approximately 2,500. That's a 112% increase, more than doubling the population overnight. That is not growth, that's a hostile takeover. This one development would be bigger than twice the size of Silverstone, Blackbird Way and Jasmine Way estates combined. It would turn our village into a town, one our infrastructure simply cannot support. Schools, already oversubscribed. Using 2024 statistics, Patmore Primary, capacity 420, pupils 435. Whitfield Primary, capacity 420, pupils 459. High School, capacity 1,050, pupils 1,039. Doctors, our GP practice and primary healthcare are already at capacity, over 12,500 patients, people struggling to get appointments now. Roads are already at capacity. Just one example of many is Turners Road. It remains a major bottleneck today. The A527 from Brindley Ford to Chal, and then Chal onto Reginald Mitchell Way, over 43,500 daily vehicles using DOT statistics. Has any traffic modelling even been conducted yet as part of this master plan? This plan does not fix problems, it guarantees chaos, and yet we're told doing nothing is not an option. But in the community survey, 93% of the residents said doing nothing is the preferred option, because doing nothing is not neglect. It means choosing to protect. You are protecting our green lungs. You're protecting the residents' physical and mental health. You're protecting the wildlife. You're protecting a safe haven for future generations. Councillor Robinson has said, we are the administration that listens to the public. Well, the people of Patmore have spoken, openly, clearly and with conviction. We ask you to prove these words are genuine and not just sound bites. People move to Patmore and choose to live here for a reason. Semi-rural, it's green, low crime, it's safe, and it's a community of people with similar values and principles, a village with character. This plan would rip all that away and sacrifice our green space for concrete and our community for a developer's bottom line. Okay, I've got about 30 seconds to wrap this up. A further significant concern relates to the potential health risks associated with this site. Historical records indicate substantial volumes of both red and black ash were deposited here during the early decades of the 20th century. Has any technical due diligence been undertaken to evaluate and verify the potential health risks that may be caused by disturbing this land will have on the residents and the surrounding communities? We are not asking, we are challenging you. Do the right thing, abandon this flawed proposal, remove it from the local plan. Protect Patmore Village. The village represents an important asset to the city. It merits preservation, not destruction. It's our community and our last green space. Enough is enough. Do not destroy what makes Patmore, Patmore. Thank you.